International Night, an evening celebrating the different cultures at Northview with awe-inspiring performances, tickets that sell out every year, a packed auditorium, and delicious dishes from around the world. This is one of the most exciting nights at Northview, but many students are unaware of the time and effort that performers, sponsors, guests, and Kaleidoscope members put into making sure the event runs smoothly. Hello, and welcome to Point of View, where we give students a place to listen, learn, and lean in. I'm Grace, and today I'll be discussing preparations for International Night and what goes on behind the scenes.
Let's jam! Let's jam!
Some of the principal contributors to International Night's success are the sponsors of the event, Ms. Rogers and Dr. Hart.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Rogers. I am the sponsor of Kaleidoscope Club, and Kaleidoscope Club puts on International Night.
Kaleidoscope has put on the show almost since Northview's founding.
I believe that International Night, it was going on when I first started at this school, I believe, back in around 2006, 2007 it may have started. I took over the club the 2013-2014 school year and have been doing International Night since then, and Dr. Seckman has been my right-hand lady helping me with International Night.
They have supported the event every year and pour so much of their personal time into managing logistics and rehearsals.
Well, preparing for it, I guess my favorite part is maybe auditions and then just working with the club officers to pull off the event, to organize it. Perhaps the most difficult is just, being organized and remembering all the little things that have to be done, and also just getting volunteers to do some of the things that are not as much fun, like, selling tickets, working a table at the Taste of Cultures, that sort of thing.
The hard work pays off with the great performance that is put on every year.
I just hope it will provide a fun evening that will be memorable and that will inspire them to be creative themselves and to appreciate the diversity that we have here at Northview and in our Johns Creek community and admire the talent of their peers.
Kaleidoscope is the club that runs International Night.
Hi, I'm Tavisha Pindiala, and I'm a senior.
Hi, my name is Shruti Balchandar, and I'm a junior here at Northview, and I'm the president of the Kaleidoscope Club.
Members are there for every rehearsal, and they contribute to committees that organize different parts of the show, so everything falls into place.
Well, we have committees, so each person in leadership usually takes up a role for each committee, and I've been an usher for every year that I was in the club, except last year, obviously, because we were remote. For ushering, since I'm the one that knows it the best, it's that's why I got the position, really. And other than that, we don't just solely focus on the committee that we're assigned to or the role we take. We're like a good team together, and we will always help each other whenever we need it. And if we have any general things that need to be discussed, we're down for it.
So my role includes overseeing everything from the committees that go into International Night, but also with the performers and rehearsals and the night itself. So we have, especially leading up to the month of March and International Night coming forward so soon, we've had a lot of monthly meetings with committees, and my job is to split a lot of the members into committees and make sure that one is working on the paintings and the posters for International Night, the others are working on International Night week activities, and the others are ushers and backstage committees for International Night itself, so everything runs smoothly on the night of.
Kaleidoscope leaders and members have a lot of work, and there are a lot of obstacles, but the process and end result are very rewarding.
Oh, since it's a really big group, right? Because you have your club members and you have the performers as well, so you have to manage both of them. And sometimes you forget that you have to meet with leadership on your own too. So it's just constantly being aware of you have to do different stuff to get to the end result. So it's just is that you forget stuff. So it's kind of hard for that.
I think it's not easy because there's members who don't show up all the time, right? And there's not a continuity of everything, and there's so many performers and groups, and there's so many logistics. Like booking the auditorium itself is a big deal. Booking the cafeteria, and that is also such a big deal. But the tickets might actually be the hardest part because we at Northview are known to sell out of tickets super fast, and it's really hard to get like good show tickets. So that's why we were potentially considering a C show, and we're not sure if we will definitely or indefinitely have one because it's still up to how many tickets we buy and what all goes into it. But definitely, I think the performance itself and getting that all cohesively together, whether that was International Night auditions or whether it's right now with getting all the groups to work with each other, that would definitely be the hardest part.
Each committee has different responsibilities. Each part of the show must be accounted for, with people ushering, managing ticket sales, and everything else. And in the week before International Night, everyone involved in the show has a packed schedule.
International Night rehearsals are known to go on forever. Like, we practice until 10 and 11, and it's just figuring out all that lighting and that music and how, like, each group should transition. And as we know, the seniors always put on that great performance because it's their year. And there's a lot of members into that. So rehearsals are tiring, they're long, but it pays off because both the shows at the end run super smoothly. But we also have like general meetings for the performers, figuring out like what they're supposed to do when they're backstage. And so, yeah, it's long and tiring, but it pays off in the end.
Kaleidoscope is the backbone of International Night preparations, and the members strive to put on a great show and share other cultures.
I just, since it's a culture thing, I hope people can like connect with their cultures there and have fun showcasing it, and it kind of like inspires other people to showcase their cultures that aren't shown as much, because like obviously Indians and K-pop, like those two groups take up a lot of like the time, right? Which is great because like obviously I'm Indian, so I will enjoy it, but it's nice seeing the so-called like minority groups, like even if it's like Russian, like the Russian performances, like they're really nice to see. So I just hope more performers come out and the audience enjoys it because it's really fun.
So it's been 2 years since we've had International Night fully, and really what I hope this year is that people feel a sense of enjoyment and appreciation for being able to be back in the auditorium, one, and being able to experience such a big night with so much diversity and culture, especially after everything that we've been through over the past 2 years with when we were quarantined. I know a lot of like movements came up and a lot of social issues came up, and I think this is a time we should be taking to really celebrate that positivity in culture and diversity and overlook our differences and unity that bring us together. And I really hope that people not only see the effort that goes into this night, but they also see how much the value of culture is here at Johns Creek and Northview, because it's such a big part of our identities and our societies.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and bum 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 done.
The performers are the core of International Night.
I'm Jensi Perng, and I am the president of the Taiwanese Yo-Yo Club.
I'm Vidu Arya. I'm a senior at Northview, and I'm performing with BBB, or Big Bonga Brand.
Hi, my name is Sunny Park. I'm a senior at Northview, and I'm going to be in Dream High.
They share customs that are important to their backgrounds through instruments, dance, singing, and other arts, and expose Northview students to cultures many of their peers identify with.
We're representing Taiwanese culture, and our music choice is like from Attack on Titan, so kind of Japanese culture as well. So I'm Taiwanese American, and I've been doing Taiwanese yo-yo for almost 9 years now. So it's been pretty long, and it's like really fun and a great way to get to know people.
So we generalize and say we represent Indian culture, right? But within Indian culture, there are multiple styles of dance. So this year we actually went above and beyond, and we're performing new styles of dance. So we have Bhangra, of course. We have Garba. We have Bollywood. We have Tollywood, and we of course have hip hop as well.
We're representing South Korea. I'm the president of K-pop dance club at our school, so I do a lot of K-pop dance and like, you know, those kind of performances as well. So.
Some of these clubs have a tradition of performing at International Night. For example, Taiwanese Yo-Yo usually performs as well as Dream High.
So our club I think has been around for around 6 years. It was started by another student. So I think with the exception of last year, this will be our 5th time at International Night.
So our group has performed before. We performed our sophomore year, so 2 years back. But the thing is, BBB isn't like a official club or anything. It's just like a friend group wanting to show off our culture. However, there is usually like one Indian dance group every single year that goes last at International Night and just performs and represents our culture.
It was originally Korean seniors every year, but I guess this year we're kind of changing it up. But yeah, every year.
Performers have to manage their schedules, spend hours practicing, and make decisions on the lighting and equipment they use.
So our club meets every Wednesday. Sometimes we meet over the weekends as well. For the routines, it usually takes me about 2 days, but we tweak it when we meet up.
So we have to perform at BetaCon as well, right? And so we started practice, I think it was around December or even November. Typically, we'll just go to one of our friends' house. He'll host in their basement or she'll host in their basement, and we'll just, we'll just dance. Practices are usually pretty long. Just this Sunday we're practicing, and I was up till 3 a.m. at one of my friends' house. But yeah.
I think it depends on the group, but I think for this one, because most of us are just doing, the group is mainly just for, seniors and just to have fun. We usually take a little bit longer. I'm thinking maybe 4 months, but that's only because we meet up maybe once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks.
In the end, they're doing this to share a culture they're proud of and want the audience to enjoy.
Well, we've worked really hard, so I guess as usual, we don't want any of the yo's to drop. Everything will go smoothly. There's this really cool part at the end where we take a long pair of sticks and we do some pretty cool tosses, so I want people to look forward to that.
I guess one thing is just since a lot of the underclassmen didn't get to experience International Night last year, is that it's okay to scream and shout, and in fact we encourage it. We want the entire audience to get really hyped while we're performing, just so we know that you guys are having fun while we're also having fun performing.
I hope you can see how much we've prepared for it. Obviously, not all of us are going to, be, K-pop stars or, going to be these spectacular dancers. But yeah, I hope you guys can see how much fun we can have. And there's a taboo of K-pop and K-pop songs being very cringy or, but I hope you guys can see kind of past that and, just see how K-pop can be fun and, really enjoyable for lots of, diverse kind of people.
The other side of International Night is the Taste of Cultures event. This is held in the cafeteria where guests set up booths with food from the cultures they represent. This is made possible with the management of Miss Sue and Miss Kim, 2 of Northview's bilingual community liaisons. Parents, teachers, and other guests take time out of their busy schedules to prepare food from their home countries and give students a taste of authentic ethnic dishes. We usually have a few parents manning a Korean booth, showcasing food from the country that many of our students trace their lineages back to. Our very own Miss Godbele and Mr. Hunter are in charge of a French booth, and the Nigerian Association always sets up a stand for Nigeria. Another crucial part to the success of International Night is the logistics behind everything. In order to control the stage lighting, make sure that the music and sound is done correctly, and that the entire show runs smoothly, Kaleidoscope teams up with the Northview Drama Department.
Oh, well, we rely heavily on the drama department, and they have wonderful, experienced tech crews. And so I contact Miss Pieri, and she recommends people for stage manager and lighting and sound.
All these factors come together to make International Night unforgettable. Aside from showcasing culture around the world, the event gives Northview students and other people of the community something to remember and look forward to each year.
recently, actually, I've also been seeing promoting of Johns Creek High School's International Night, and I was wondering the same thing about how much of a scope it has outside of the school. And I think it really does have a lot, because Northview's International Night is known to like schools around us like Lambert and Forsyth, because when I was in middle school, I remember coming, and I wasn't even in high school.
We want the audience to react how we reacted when we were the audience, basically. When we were in like middle school and we were like freshmen, we would run to the front of the audience and we just start screaming and get really hyped, and that's basically just what we want from the audience.
So this year, knowing all the hard work and time the performers, guests, Kaleidoscope, and teachers have put in, let's enjoy the show and let their efforts be known.
Definitely come watch International Night. We have so much in store. The performances are going to be great. But also join Kaleidoscope. I mean, it's a fun club. We do a lot of activities that relate to food and celebrating culture, but we also talk about a lot of social issues and differences that arise because of culture and race and such. And so, yeah, but come to International Night.
This concludes this episode of Point of View. Thank you so much for listening. For a transcript of this episode, head to the Point of View tab on our website, nhsmessenger.org, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at NHS Point of View for updates and new episodes. I'm your host, Grace, and this has been Point of View.